My child, my beloved, come closer to this message. Don't read it as if it were just any ordinary words. These are not normal words. This is a direct call from heaven to your spirit. Before we continue, pause for 1 second and breathe. Because what I am about to tell you is the reason you found this today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. Right now, in this exact moment, I need you to listen carefully. Archangel Michael is speaking to you, and he is saying, you have 35 minutes left, and something has already been set into motion. The wheels have turned. The decision has been made. A path has already begun unfolding in the invisible realm. You are not supposed to know this yet, but heaven rushed to intervene because your destiny is too important to be ruined by this tragedy. My child, there is a storm moving toward you. It was not planned by you, it is coming from someone who has been harboring silent jealousy in their heart. They smiled at you with sweetness, but inside them, a darkness grew. You have felt this, haven't you? You noticed the shift, the coldness in their tone, the sudden change of attitude, and the empty distance when they speak to you now. You tried to ignore it. You tried to be strong. You told yourself maybe you were overthinking, but your spirit knew. Your soul has been warning you for days. Something was wrong. Something was off. Something was coming, and now here it is. Archangel Michael says, do not ignore this. If they skip this message, they will cry later and say, I wish I had listened. My beloved, there is no coincidence that you are reading this right now. Do you think you opened this randomly? No. Heaven placed this in front of you. Your name was spoken. Your situation was recognized. Your protection has been activated. But you must stay. Do not leave. Do not scroll. Do not rush. Because in the next few minutes, something will be revealed that will change how you look at everything. But listen, before we go deeper, Archangel Michael says, there is someone who tried to block your blessings. They didn't want to see you rise. They did not want to see you elevated. They feared your power. They feared your light. They feared what you would become. Because of that, they tried to create a chain reaction that leads to loss, tears, or emotional collapse in your life. This is the tragedy that has already been set in motion. It is hidden, quiet, behind your back, and it is meant to hit you when you least expect it. But heaven said no. Not this time. Not you. Not now. Not when you are on the edge of a breakthrough. My child, you are closer to your miracle than you think. This tragedy is occurring because you are stepping into a blessing so big, so divine, so powerful that darkness is trying to stop it before it reaches you. Your aura has been glowing. Your spirit has been rising. Your destiny is calling. You don't even see how strong you have become, but the enemy sees it. They see the favor around you. They see the light that follows you. They see the angels who guard you. And that is why this attack was sent. But listen, the next 35 minutes are not ordinary minutes, these are spiritual minutes. What you do right now, how you respond, whether you continue reading or turn away, will decide whether this tragedy stops or continues. Heaven is not here to scare you. Heaven is here to prepare you because you are chosen. You are being watched. You are loved beyond what you understand. That is why Archangel Michael says, "My child, I need your attention. Stay with me. Do not leave this message yet. What I reveal next will open your eyes." You feel something right now, don't you? A heaviness, a pull, a strange emotional pressure in your chest. That is your spirit recognizing truth. Your soul knows this message is for you. You're not reading this by accident. Your name was spoken in heaven, and permission was given to warn you. Now listen carefully. The tragedy coming toward you is connected to a choice someone around you has already made. Someone has acted out of envy. Someone has tried to influence something against you. Someone has spoken your name in rooms where you were not present. But there is still time to stop the damage because heaven is stepping in. For heaven to fully intervene, you must allow this message to continue. Do not ignore it. Do not push it aside. Do not assume you are safe just because things look calm right now. The deepest storms look peaceful before they strike. Now take a breath. Look deeper. You already feel who this may be connected to. Your heart whispered a name just now. You may have tried to deny it, but your intuition was right. And now Archangel Michael is guiding you to the truth. Keep reading. I'm going to reveal what is coming, who is involved, and what heaven is about to overturn for you. But first, say softly, even in your mind, "I am listening." Because when you speak that, heaven opens a direct line to your spirit. My child, now listen closely. When you said, "I am listening," something shifted around you. The air changed. The energy moved. A doorway opened. Heaven responds to permission. Your spirit just opened a gate that cannot be closed now. Archangel Michael stepped forward. His sword is drawn. He is now standing in front of your life, not behind it. Now we go deeper. There is something you didn't see, something that was hidden in silence. A moment that happened behind your back. A conversation where your name was mentioned, but you were not present. This is where the tragedy began. It was subtle, soft, almost invisible. A look, a word, a suggestion, a shift in tone, a small seed of doubt planted by someone who does not want to see you win. You didn't notice that they changed their energy, but your spirit did. Your spirit tried to warn you in small ways. Why did you suddenly feel distant from them? Why did your heart suddenly feel uneasy for no reason? Why did something feel off even though nothing obvious happened? Because the spiritual realm shifted before the physical realm did. My beloved, someone allowed jealousy inside their heart. And once jealousy grows, it becomes poison. Jealousy does not shout, it whispers. And its whispers can move mountains of destruction. Archangel Michael is saying, the same mouth that praised you in front of others has now begun whispering against you in private. They are not evil, but they are weak, and weakness in the hands of envy becomes dangerous. This is the seed of the tragedy. But now hear this deeply, the tragedy is not unstoppable. It can still be stopped, but only if you understand what is really happening. Your spirit is being tested. Your discernment is being awakened. Heaven is training you to see the unseen. Listen, there are two forces that watch your life. One force wants to see you rise, and the other wants to see you break. Heaven is not revealing this to scare you. Heaven is revealing this because you are stepping into a breakthrough so divine that the enemy tried to send interference before the blessing arrives. You are standing at a crossing point. One road leads to your elevation. The other leads to your disappointment. The next 35 minutes will determine which direction locks in. Archangel Michael says, stay with this message. Do not stop. We are not finished yet. Now breathe. Good. Your soul is adjusting. Let me tell you what has been happening in the shadows. Someone around you has been acting out of fear of losing you. They fear your independence. They fear your success. They fear your growth. They fear your strength because your strength reminds them of their weaknesses. They see your courage, and it exposes their fear. They see your light, and it exposes their shadows. They see your heart, and it exposes their emptiness. Instead of loving you, they began competing with you, not openly, but silently, quietly, emotionally. But heaven says you were never in competition because what I have for you, no one else can receive. Your blessings were carved with your name on them before you were born. No one can take what is yours, not even if they try with all their strength. But they can delay it. They can complicate it. They can distract you from it. And that is the tragedy that is moving toward you, a delay in your blessing, a setback in your path, confusion in your mind, and a draining of your energy. This is not a physical attack, this is a spiritual interference. But hear this next part clearly, you have been feeling tired for no reason, haven't you? Your energy has been dropping suddenly. Your motivation has felt strange. Your emotions have been heavier than usual. Your focus has been slipping. You thought it was stress. You thought it was just life. But no, it was spiritual resistance because your blessing is so close that the enemy is panicking. But now I want you to know something that will change everything. The tragedy was allowed to begin only so heaven could show you how protected you are. This is not a story of fear, this is a story of divine intervention. You are not being warned because danger is strong, you are being warned because your protection is stronger. Archangel Michael has already stood between you and the harm that was planned. But your awareness is needed. Your spirit must acknowledge the message. Your heart must receive the truth. Because once you understand what is happening, the power of the enemy collapses instantly. You are not alone in this. You are not fighting this silently. You are not walking into this storm unprotected. The storm may be real, but so is your shield. And now you are about to understand who the storm is connected to. The truth is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to free you. But before we reveal the identity, Archangel Michael asks you to do one thing. Place your right hand over your chest just for a moment. You will feel your heartbeat. Slow, deep, steady. That heartbeat is the proof that heaven is not done with you. You are still being guided. You are still being chosen. You are still being lifted. That heartbeat is your connection to the divine. Now say in your heart, I am protected. Say it again, I am protected. Feel the air shift again. Good. We continue. But now we enter the part where truth is revealed, and I must tell you this gently. The person connected to this is someone you trusted, someone you cared for, someone who had access to your emotional world. This is why it hurts. You gave them love. You gave them kindness. You gave them a place near your spirit, and they misused it. But listen, we are not here to judge them, we are here to break the spiritual influence they have on your destiny. Archangel Michael says, do not fear what is being revealed next. You thought it was stress. You thought it was just life. But no, it was spiritual resistance because your blessing is so close that the enemy is panicking. Now I want you to know something that will change everything. The tragedy was allowed to begin only so heaven could show you how protected you are. This is not a story of fear, this is a story of divine intervention. You are not being warned because danger is strong, you are being warned because your protection is stronger. Archangel Michael has already stood between you and the harm that was planned. But your awareness is needed. Your spirit must acknowledge the message. Your heart must receive the truth. Once you understand what is happening, the power of the enemy collapses instantly. You are not alone in this. You are not fighting this silently. You are not walking into this storm unprotected. The storm may be real, but so is your shield. And now you are about to understand who the storm is connected to. The truth is not meant to hurt you, it is meant to free you. But before we reveal the identity, Archangel Michael asks you to do one thing. Place your right hand over your chest just for a moment. You will feel your heartbeat, slow, deep, steady. That heartbeat is the proof that heaven is not done with you. You are still being guided. You are still being chosen. You are still being lifted. That heartbeat is your connection to the divine. Now say in your heart, I am protected. Say it again, I am protected. Feel the air shift again. Good. We continue. Now we enter the part where truth is revealed, and I must tell you this gently. The person connected to this is someone you trusted, someone you cared for, someone who had access to your emotional world. This is why it hurts. You gave them love. You gave them kindness. You gave them a place near your spirit, and they misused it. But listen, we are not here to judge them. We are here to break the spiritual influence they have on your destiny. Archangel Michael says, do not fear what is being revealed next because revelation is the beginning of protection. My child, take one slow breath because what is about to be revealed is not just information. It is truth that your soul already knows but your heart has been trying to avoid. Archangel Michael is speaking again, and his voice is calm, steady, and direct. The person connected to this tragedy is someone who has stood close to your life, someone who once called you theirs in friendship, family, or love. This is not a stranger. This is not a distant person. This is someone whose energy has brushed against your spirit many times, someone who has seen your softness, your vulnerability, your dreams, your hopes, and your struggles. They know your heart. They know your sensitivity. They know how deeply you feel. Instead of cherishing that, they began to use it as a weapon in their thoughts. This is the one whose jealousy grew quietly, slowly, silently. They did not wake up one day wanting to hurt you. It happened in stages. First admiration, then comparison, then insecurity, then resentment, then jealousy, followed by the desire to see you fall, if only just a little. The heart is the most dangerous battlefield in existence. Listen to what Archangel Michael says next. They have been struggling with their own pain, and instead of healing, they projected it onto you. That's where the tragedy began. But understand this clearly, this is not about punishing them. This is about protecting you. Heaven is not exposing them to destroy them, heaven is exposing them so you can step away from the fire before it burns you. Because if you do not step away, you will be the one who cries later and says, I saw the signs. I felt the warnings. Why didn't I listen? My beloved, you have seen the signs. Their tone changed. Their warmth became sharp. Their words became shorter. Their eyes looked different when they watched your blessings unfold. You noticed how they only supported you when they felt above you. But the moment your light began to rise, their attitude changed. This is because your growth intimidated them, not intentionally, but spiritually. You carry a blessing they cannot touch. You carry a calling they cannot copy. You carry a destiny that does not belong to them. Your spirit rises naturally. Theirs bleeds silently. Instead of healing their wounds, they tried to wound you to balance the scales. But heaven says, no, my child will not be touched. Not by envy, not by deception, not by this attack. However, you must recognize what is happening because the tragedy that has begun is not physical, it is emotional, psychological, and spiritual. It starts in your mind. You begin doubting yourself. You begin questioning your path. You begin feeling heavy for no reason. You begin losing motivation. You begin withdrawing from your blessings. This is how spiritual interference works, not through chaos first, but through inner confusion. But listen. The confusion you have been feeling, that sudden wave of sadness that hit you recently, that unexpected emotional shutdown, that random heaviness in your chest, that unexplainable feeling of being drained, that was the tragedy beginning. But do not fear because it does not have to complete. You are right now interrupting it just by staying here. Your awareness is already breaking its power. Every second you remain with this message, the spiritual interference loses strength. The darkness weakens, the storm slows, and the damage begins to reverse because light grows wherever truth is spoken. Now I must tell you what comes next. There will be a moment very soon where this person tries to return to your emotional space. They may message you, call you, show concern, or pretend nothing is wrong at all. They may act soft, gentle, and normal because the enemy always hides behind familiarity. But your spirit will know. Your soul will recognize. Your chest will feel the truth. When that moment comes, you must remain calm, not angry, not emotional, not reactive, just aware, silent, and observant because awareness is your shield. Now, Archangel Michael says, you are not being asked to leave them or judge them. You are being asked to protect your peace. Your energy is your greatest treasure. Your soul is your sanctuary. Your heart is not a playground. And heaven will not allow anyone, to break you again. Now the blessing that the enemy tried to delay is still scheduled for you. Yes, it is still coming. It has not been cancelled. It has not been taken. It has not been given away. But it is close, very close, so close that the spiritual world is trembling, so close that the enemy panicked, so close that you can feel it in your bones, even if you cannot name it. This is why the interference happened, because your blessing is life-changing. It will shift your reality. It will elevate your status. It will transform your emotional world. It will heal your heart in ways you forgot were possible. But to receive it, you must not go back to the person who is emotionally tied to your downfall. This is where the warning becomes your protection. Now breathe again. Slow. Soft. Present. Good. We continue even deeper next, because now I will reveal the signs that confirm exactly who this person is. You will not guess, you will know. My child, now we go into clarity, not confusion, not guessing, not wondering, clarity. Archangel Michael says, the truth is never loud, it speaks softly inside the soul. So do not overthink. Do not push. Do not force. Simply recognize. The person connected to the approaching tragedy has shown 3 signs already. You may not have connected them before, but your soul remembers. Let us reveal them one by one. Sign 1, their energy changed when you shared your happiness. When something good happened to you, even something small, you noticed their reaction did not match your joy. Their smile seemed forced. Their compliments felt thin. Their words were right, but the feeling behind them was wrong. Your spirit noticed it instantly, not with your mind, but with your heart. After that moment, you subconsciously began to hold back your good news. You stopped sharing everything with them. You became careful, reserved, and silent, not because you were hiding, but because something inside you whispered, they are not happy for you. That whisper was Archangel Michael protecting you long before today. Sign 2, your peace feels disturbed after talking to them. Read that again. Every time you speak with them, your mood changes. Your energy drops. Your heart feels heavier. Your thoughts become cloudy. Your motivation fades. You might even feel tired afterward. That is because their spirit is pulling from yours, not intentionally, but emotionally and energetically. Your light nourishes them, but their heaviness drains you. This is why your intuition has been uncomfortable. Your mind kept saying they didn't do anything wrong, but your soul kept saying something is not right. Your soul has always been correct. Sign 3, they appear supportive, but only when it benefits them. They check on you at specific times. They show up when they need something. They care when it is convenient. Their love has conditions. They want access to you but not responsibility for you. They want closeness but not accountability. They want your heart but not your growth, because your growth reminds them of what they have not yet faced in themselves. And that is where jealousy rooted itself, quiet, soft, invisible to the eye, but deeply felt in the spirit. My child, you are not imagining this. Your body has known the truth for a long time. Your spirit recognized them before your mind did. You felt the shift, the silence, the coldness, the hidden resentment, the emotional distance. And yet you continued loving them, because your love is pure, your loyalty is genuine, and your heart is sincere. However, not every soul is capable of loving with that same purity. Sometimes love is not the problem, it is the capacity to love that is lacking. And theirs is limited, not because they are evil, but because they are wounded. And wounded people often cause wounds. This is why heaven stepped in. Your destiny is too precious to be delayed by someone who cannot even comprehend their own pain. Now listen to what Archangel Michael says next. The tragedy that was approaching was not meant to destroy you, it was meant to wake you from emotional blindness, wake you from misplaced loyalty, wake you from the illusion that everyone standing near you stands with you. Not everyone who holds your hand supports your spirit. Some hold it so they do not fall. But you are rising. Your spirit is ascending. Your soul is expanding. Your destiny is unlocking. Of course, this caused a reaction. Your light is increasing. Your power is returning. Your intuition is awakening. Your blessings are aligning. The enemy did not fear your past. The enemy fears your future because your future is great. Greater than you know, greater than you've allowed yourself to believe, greater than the life you have lived so far. You were chosen, marked, protected, and guided. This is why heaven sent this message today, not to warn you of danger, but to make sure you walk into your blessing without interference. Now, if you are ready for the next part, the part where Archangel Michael reveals what will happen next in your life once this interference is removed.